Just like SAO kicked off the isekai anime wave, My Next Life as a Villainess kicked off a new genre of anime involving a girl being fated to be a villainess trying to avoid that fate. But there's been tons of it, and today I'm picking the 10 best ones. So here are the 10 best villainous anime you must watch. Let's go! Oh, and if you want to play as a villainess or a prince married to a villainess, make sure to check out this world in Isekai-gen. Now, back to the video.
私、やっぱり自分より強い人が好きだから。
We're starting off with an OP villainess. A girl reincarnates into an otame game as Yumiella Darkness, the hidden final boss who only appears after the main story is already over. She's got pitch black hair, dark type magic, and literally everything in this world coded to make people think she's the demon lord. Does she want to be evil? Nope. She just wants to live a quiet life. But her gamer instincts kick in and accidentally grinds herself all the way to level 99. Now, the entire kingdom thinks she's the apocalypse.
だからね、あなたに私の養子になってほしいの。
So the funny thing about this anime is that it comes across like another generic villainous isekai, but then it just works because it's unique. Yumiella is a deadpan, hilariously oblivious protagonist who doesn't realize how terrifying she looks to everyone around her. Some people found it a little too safe and predictable, but the reason you'll stay is the comedy. It's the kind of show that doesn't take itself seriously at all and earns genuine laughs because of it. The romance is a slow burn and sweet too, which is a nice touch.
もし私が最低な女王になったら、私を殺してね。
8-year-old Pride Royal Ivy gets a sudden headache and, surprise, surprise, turns out she's been reincarnated as the crown princess of a matriarchal kingdom, and also the final boss villain of an otame game she played in her past life. Unlike the usual villainess who tries to survive by dodging doom flags, Pride takes a completely different route. She knows the original her was a monster, so she decides her new life to be the total opposite, protecting her kingdom, her people, and her family.
こんな優しい子に私は。
People have called this one serious compared to the usual comedy-focused villainous shows, and yeah, it is. The romance side is a bit underbaked, the male leads are a little bland if you're being honest, but Pride herself carries the whole show on her back. She's a really powerful, selfless protagonist, and the emotional beats land way harder than you'd expect. There's already a second season confirmed, so this is a good time to get caught up.
アイリーン、ローレン、ドートリシュ公爵令嬢。自由になった君と最初に踊る権利をどうか私にいただきたい。
When the crown prince publicly dumps Eileen in the middle of a royal event and she remembers she's actually in an otame game, her first brilliant idea is to go propose to the game's final boss. His name is Claude. He's the Demon King, and in the original story, he eventually loses control and destroys everything. So Eileen marches right up to the most dangerous character in the game and goes, "Hey, marry me." And guess what? It works!
ダメです。そのいやらしい顔は。
いやどこからそんな話になった？
とにかく私も行きます。
This is one of the few stories where the girl doesn't start off as a villainess, but that's not what's special about it. Do you love a protagonist who is 0% timid and 100% chaotic energy? Do you love a romance where the girl is clearly the one running the whole operation? Most of all, do you love a demon king who slowly, helplessly falls in love with a woman who refuses to be afraid of him? And this is the anime straight up for you. The pacing gets a bit rushed towards the end, but my boy Claude is still one of the best demon kings of all time.
それは二人きりの時であれば構わないという意味？
あっとこれはクリティカル。ときめきすぎて何も言えない。
Endo and Kobayashi are two high school broadcasting club members who decided to play an otame game together. Kobayashi thinks the villainess Liselette is genuinely evil. Endo thinks she's just a misunderstood tsundere. Then something wild happens. The game's prince Sigvald starts hearing them as if they're actually gods speaking from above. He can hear every word of their commentary. So now Endo and Kobayashi are accidentally playing divine matchmakers, trying to guide the in-game cast to a happy ending that the game literally never allows.
単なる予備の全然全くいらない杖ですから。
優しいね、リーゼロって。
This one is low-key a double romance anime, and it's honestly nice. It's like watching a school romance anime and a villainous anime at the same time. You've got the in-game love story between Sieg and Liselette, and the real-world slow burn between Endo and Kobayashi. Both are great. The tsundere angle on Liselette is handled with actual care. They give real reasons for why she acts the way she does, instead of just making it a running gag. I know some people ignore this because of the whole hear the voice outside the game thing, but this is really, really good.
復讐してやろうと何度も考えてしまう。
別にいいと思いますけどね。復讐したい？大いに結構。ガンガンやっちゃいましょう。
Instead of following a villainess, how about following a guy who wants to defeat the villainess? Our guy, Leon, is a regular office worker who dies after being forced by his sister to grind through an otame game all night. He wakes up reincarnated, not as a hero, but not as a love interest, but as a random mob background character in the exact game he just finished. And it's a matriarchal world where men are basically worthless furniture. And to make matters worse, the original villainess and the heroine of the game has been replaced with new characters.
グレッグやブラッドがバルトファルトと一緒に。
レオン君が。
目を覚ましてください。
So this one is an interesting one for a romance anime list because technically it's not a villainous anime, but it centers heavily on the villainous character Angelica, who is genuinely sympathetic and well written. The show's got mechs, politics, comedy, and a snarky male lead who doesn't put up with any of the game's ridiculous logic. It's not taking itself seriously, and it's better for it. This is one of my favorite isekai game anime, and it's getting a second season soon, so check it out.
つけていてくれたんだな。嬉しい。
かわいいな。
Here's one that fully commits to the whole villainous trope. A girl reincarnates into an otame game as the villainess, Alicia Williams, and instead of panicking or trying to avoid her fate, she's absolutely thrilled. She wanted this. She admired Alicia her whole past life. So from day one, she starts training like a maniac. Sword fighting, magic, studying, push-ups, you name it. She's not going to be a mediocre villainess. She is going to be the greatest villain in the history of this kingdom. But at the same time, she is way too kind and the game's love interests keep getting attached to the wrong girl.
信じていたからこそデュークが駆けつけてくれて。
The energy in this anime is something else. Alicia is one of the most enthusiastic protagonists in the whole villainous genre, and it makes every episode really fun. Some of the plot logic gets a bit shaky near the end, and the writing doesn't always hold together perfectly, but the animation is bright and clean, the romance angles are genuinely cute, and the season finale will actually catch you off guard. Besides, it's nice to see a villainess with the goal of being a villainess. It's like watching an edgy 15-year-old say, "Oh yeah, I'm the next Darren Yeager."
放課後皆に隠れて一心不乱に剣を振るうお前の姿は見ものだったぞ。
Time for the legendary One-Punch Woman. Scarlett L. Van Diemen has been engaged to Prince Kyle for years. She's dealt with his nonsense, his arrogance, and his complete disregard for her. And one night at a royal ball, he publicly ends their engagement, accusing her of being a bully and a villainess, and humiliates her in front of the entire court. Scarlett has one response. She looks him dead in the eye and says, "May I ask for one final thing? May I send this stupid prince flying?" And then she beats the entire room senseless. Turns out Scarlett, known as the Icy Rose, solves every single problem with her fists.
ついに爆発することになったのでした。
No pun intended, but this one hits a bit different. It's aired in fall 2025, and it's not your typical villainous romance. It's more of an action revenge story with romance woven in, and the action is genuinely satisfying to watch. Scarlett is a character who is really easy to root for. She's got good intentions underneath all the violence, and watching her tear through corrupt nobles is endlessly entertaining. And if you want a good charming prince instead of a stupid one, you got that too.
役令状ですの。私の役目は殿下とヒロインの仲を引き裂いて最後はギャフンと言わされることなんですわ。
意味がわからないね。
Crown Prince Cecil is bored out of his mind. His life is too easy, too perfect, too predictable. Then he gets engaged to Bertia Ivo Nocesi, and absolutely nothing makes sense anymore. On the very first day they meet, she tells him, with complete sincerity, that she is a villainess from an otame game, that they are living inside that game's world, and that her entire purpose is to sabotage his future romance with the game's heroine. So she starts scheming. She makes a tutorial of villainy. She tries to teach her own father how to act more evil. All of her plans immediately backfire and somehow just make everyone like her more.
しっかりとシナリオを修正し 派な悪役令嬢になってみせると
This one is currently airing in spring 2026 and people are getting obsessed with it fast. I mean, come on, it's pretty cool. We got the POV of the male guy, and this time we've got an honest villainess, and it's moving fast. At least fast enough for a villainous anime. You see Cecil slowly realizing that Bertia's evil plans are just chaotic kindness wrapped in dramatic flair. It's hilarious, it's sweet, and yes, it is like every other villainous anime, but it's fun.
はじめまして、カタリナ様。ジオルド・スティアートです。
Time for the OG villainous anime. After hitting her head as a kid, Katarina Claes suddenly remembers her past life as a game-obsessed high schooler in Japan. She's reincarnated as the villainess of her favorite otame game, Fortune Lover, and in every single route, Katarina either gets exiled or killed. Every single one. So she spends her entire childhood desperately trying to avoid every doom flag she could think of, convincing herself to farm vegetables, making friends with everyone, and stumbling her way into the hearts of both the game's love interests and the heroine herself.
私との婚約、お受けしていただけますか。
This is the Sword Art Online of villainous anime. It is the thing that kicked the whole genre. Katarina, or Bakarina, as her fans call her, might be one of the most entertainingly dense protagonists ever written. The whole joke is that she's technically succeeded at everything. Avoided exile, made genuine friends, built real relationships, and has absolutely zero clue. Yes, the comedy can get repetitive after a while, but this started an entire new niche of anime, so this deserves that respect.
どうか俺の妻になってほしい。
And we're finishing off with my favorite villainous anime. Riche Irmgard Weitzner has died 6 times. Each time, the loop resets, she wakes up after her engagement is broken and lives a completely different life. A knight, a merchant, a pharmacist, a farm girl, she has picked up skills from every single one. Now on her 7th loop, she has one goal: live a quiet, carefree life and actually enjoy herself for once. That plan lasts approximately 5 minutes before she ends up engaged to Prince Errol Hein, the exact man who killed her in the 6th life.
バカだな。俺の妻になる覚悟などしなくていい。
Do you want a romance where the two leads have actual chemistry and the relationship genuinely develops over time? Do you want a female lead who is competent in like 8 different fields because she died 5 other times and picked up skills every single loop? Do you want a cold, ruthless prince who slowly, genuinely, completely falls for a woman who refuses to be afraid of him? Then this is your anime. If My Next Life is a Villainess is the Sword Art Online of villainous anime, this is the ReZero of villainous anime. It does a ton of stuff right and it does it well, so it is number 1.